in the spot.
And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather.
Cardio kingpin.
Subjugate the dub play.
And you know we can't wait to bring spins.
A-star quizzes, A+ the final.
Vocals we align, we'll move it all
simultaneously over joints and rock.
We earn
30 years so you can say we got
3 turns.
Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men.
We install doubt in you and your yes men.
And if the game had veins, we'll insert
upheaval the ground.
Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is out.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in downtown New Orleans at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. This is what it looked like just a moment ago in the heart of New Orleans. Folks, there's no place for this noise to go in the Superdome. It is loud, and these fans are ready for football as their Saints get ready to do battle with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken about the 12. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Ready, 5-8, 5-8. Check, 54, right, 54. Good, good. 5-4, ready. Hey, break it down, fellas. Break it down.
This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 23-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go, D.
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. He was brought down by Malik Collins.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down.
Jared Cook is a guy who's been around the NFL. He's been with the Titans, the Rams, the Packers, and the last 2 years in Oakland. Now he makes a move to the Big Easy, where he pairs with Drew Brees and forms a nice little threat.
Flush to his right. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
And him running the football is not something that defenses spend a lot of time preparing for. But this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
Yellow waiting. Come on, baby, come on, let's go. Check three. 20 seconds.
They'll run. This is Kamara. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. It's a first down on a gain of 10. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and makes sure he spills it for a small gain.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. To throw, it's Breeze. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Here's the man who's led the league in rushing twice in 3 seasons, Ezekiel Elliott. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his second rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down." They love being physical.
Mike. Here we go. Hey, kill. 53 to Mike. 53 to Mike.
Prescott looks to throw on first. Going right side, he has Witten. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. It's a gain of 35.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the side. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Michael Gallup, his first touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 35. It's a big play there for the Saints. 44 yards.
Well, we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
They go play action here on first down. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
But to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
46.
From the 22, Prescott. And that'll be incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and now it's third down. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide-open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
Yeah, that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, third and long.
Mike 56. Mike work. Hey. I'm coming. Check. Prescott, what do you think?
Prescott now. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Ready. Yellow lady. Kill. 21.
Breeze now on first down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Sean Lee, the longtime vet, getting in and getting to the QB. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Off the play fake to Kamara. It's Breeze. And Cook has it, left side. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
An 11-yard pickup leads to 3rd and 6.
Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession. They're looking at a 3rd and 6 here to start things out. Shotgun now for Breeze. Now Breeze lost the football. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Bridgewater with a keeper. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Xavier Woods, the free safety, up to make the tackle. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on off.
Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. And finally, he's taken down at the 18. A big run that time by Elliott. 67 yards on the ground. Throwing, Prescott. Outright completes it to Jarwin. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Blake Jarwin, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it's now 14-0.
14, Saints nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Breeze. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
It's going to be a long... Easy, opposite.
From the gun, it's Breeze. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
Let's go, baby.
So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
54, right there.
Breeze now on 1st down. Going up top. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. To throw on 2nd and 10. Breeze. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Here's Breeze to throw. Now Breeze lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
And it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Here's Prescott. Wide open receiver complete. There he goes left side. Touchdown, Cowboys. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. He's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
He's got a man, complete. That one good for 37 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Play action. Breeze. He's going to air this thing out deep for Thomas. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. 2nd down, a little more productive than 1st. 7 yards on the gain. It gets them to 3rd and 3 now.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
They'll run here. It's Murray. And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Working from the gun. It's Breeze. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. 23 yards for the touchdown as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. Lutz good on the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Let's go. The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our 1st half as well as a look ahead. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. You think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead. Not so fast. That pick 6 really changes the complexion. Probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now. Probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
Lutz with the extra point. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here.
Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. David Onyemata there on the tackle.
No gain on the play. Second and 10.
Looking to throw on second down. Prescott. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan wreaking havoc with a sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes.
And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping a tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's fourth down. They'll run it with Elliott. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Hey,
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
alert 3. We're going to 53. 26.
Prescott to throw it. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll make it second down.
Get him, boy. Get him, boy.
Out of bounds at the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2.
Facing a second and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe
We
they...
go 46. That's it. Under. 47, Mike. 47.
Drop deep.
Check 37. Check. 26.
Now Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Intended for Jason Witten. Incomplete. It's third.
The Cowboys on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 2. 10th carry now for Elliott. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left. They'll run with Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Final play of the half. Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Blake Jarwin as time expires in the first half. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. You knew time was going to run out, so this had to be in the end zone, and somehow they were able to find a window and get it done.
Very easy for us to talk about up here that, yes, all that had to happen, but when time's running down, sometimes your brain compresses a little bit too. They showed great poise, understanding of situation, making sure they got to the end zone in order to complete that pass and take a nice momentum into the locker room.
That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think.
Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half.
And he will go down, a Cowboys sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. On the ground, Kamara, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. To throw is Breeze. And Gaines got it. And they finally get him down at the other 46. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 41 yards.
That's good for the Saints. First down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Kamara. They'll get only a couple down to the 44. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
Right there, 54, right there. Good. Right forward, ready.
From the 44, Breeze trying to lay one up deep. That's going to be caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Michael Thomas, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints get a bit closer. Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
2nd and 5 now. Prescott. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Alex Anzalone in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Now it's Ginn. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. Pass the twat down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara. His 4th touchdown on the year as his guys are back within a single score. Lutz with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball.
Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check.
On play action, now Breeze. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing...
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Malik Collins. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me.
Hey, kill. Hey, Alpha.
55. Here we go.
Breeze going to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Randy Gregory providing a little deja vu. Back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Let's get it.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Check 49, check 49.
Hatch it. Slam.
26.
Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
65.
Hey, kill.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And the most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. 4th quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But, you know, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction, and that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him. Drew Brees, 6 fourth-quarter comebacks a season ago, and that led the NFL. He'll try to deliver another one. Now Brees. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Hey, orbit. Easy, opposite.
After the sack on 1st down, Brees, the catch made over the middle by Ginn. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Yeah, the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back.
11. Under. Hey, easy.
Here's Brees. And he finds Cook. 30 yards there. And, of course, the 1st down as well. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the Cowboys' 48-yard line.
Ready. Yellow waiting.
54. Here we go, D.
Hey, kill.
Brees now to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Jordan Lewis right there on the coverage.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
But sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the 1st.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now Brees. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. And he's taken down inside the 30. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Breeze now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Breeze. Smith catches left side. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 23 yards, the final tally.
Ready, yellow lady, yellow lady.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Thomas the intended target, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
Now Breeze. This is caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara. He scored on the ground and through the air as his guys are back within a single score. Lutz good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now, a penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays, they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
And bulldozing through multiple tackles. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. The 40. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big run that time by Elliott. 59 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. They'll run with Pollard. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Oh, Brandon, I'm going to tell you, this is football time to me. They're inside the 10-yard line. That's like drawing the line in the sand. Who's going to make the stand here? Defensive guys, they know if he gets in the end zone, this ball game is over. And the guys with the football right now, they're thinking, let's just pound it in there.
Got to hold him to 3 to keep this a 1-score game. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Here we go, a big play and a tight game late. They're going on 4th and goal. Running with Elliott. And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. They gave it to him in search of his 3rd touchdown, but he's denied, and the Saints able to come up with a goal line stand. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. 1 possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10.
Hey, Charlie.
He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Pro Bowler Michael Thomas was the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. They were trying to erase that deficit in 1 play.
They certainly were, but how about the reaction time and the instincts back deep to force the incompletion? We might need to mark this one down. We may look back and say that was a game-saving play.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
Sammy.
Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, but it's going to be 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Come on, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo!
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara.
The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up they octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions. Daily manifesting on my premonitions. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on the mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top is missing, the opposition ain't. All that lane switching, this is what the game is. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. Someone tell